up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This week's episode is going to be a badass one. We are headed over to M6 Cycles right now to get Sharkbait here, dynoed and professionally tuned. I just got off the bike. I've been on the road for about 2 hours, about 2.5 hours, I'd say. And so I just pulled my helmet off, got a bunch of helmet hair going on. I'm not exactly presentable, but that's okay. So Sharkbait here is running awesome. Super excited. I figured it would be better to start the video here at Lone Wolf Harley Davidson in Spokane, Washington, rather than you guys seeing the same roads that you guys have seen 100 times. So we're gonna start the video here. Like I said, we're heading over to M6 Cycles on State Line, Post Falls, Idaho. Let's get into it. Starting the trip, well, starting the video. I started the trip about, well, I would say about 2.5 hours ago. But I'm starting the video from Lone Wolf Harley Davidson. They don't open until 10, and it is 8:45 here in the morning. Oh, man, it was a cold 2.5 hours over here. It's the middle of June. We had a couple of days of like 90-degree weather, 80-degree weather, and then it just cooled off. So hopefully the weather starts to pick back up and get a little warmer again. But anywho, without any further ado, let's get back on the road. If I timed this trip correctly, I should be showing up there just as they're opening up. Which is good, because they don't really do appointments. Like you make an appointment, but it's not for a time. It's for a day. So if you made the appointment for the day and you're the first one there, your bike's the first to get tuned, or whatever it is you're there for. M6 Cycles on the state line of Washington and Idaho. They do more than just dynos and tunes. They're a performance shop, so they'll do anything. They'll do suspension, motor work, cams, chain drives. I mean, they kind of are a one-stop shop for whatever you need. In fact, you guys have already seen M6 Cycles a little bit on this channel, because when I filmed the trip to Sandpoint to go to Sandpoint Showdown, we actually stopped at M6 Cycles for a little bit. And Mitch, who is in our party, got new suspension done. He had his rear shocks done on the way to Sandpoint, so that was pretty cool. So the plan for this video is I'm going to try to film as much of the dyno process as I can, but this shop is known for being busy. These guys get a lot of business, which is a good sign. It means they're not blowing bikes up, you know. But I'm going to try to stay out of their hair while they are, well, while Sharkbait is getting her spa day, as Jennifer put it. I thought that was pretty good. So during the Sharkbait spa day, I'm going to try to stay out of their hair as much as I can, but I also would really enjoy being able to film a bunch of the dyno process. Now, Uncle Rob is currently en route, but he is showing up a little bit later than I am. He will be showing up at around 10 o'clock versus me showing up right when they open up. He's dropping his bike off. He's trailering it over, actually, and then he will be, because he's bringing his whole family too. So you will see Uncle Rob for a little bit, but he's going to be dropping the bike off and taking off into Idaho to go to Costco and Trader Joe's with his family. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hang back and try to film as much of the dyno, like I said, as I can. And then once the vehicle is dynoed, we are going to shoot over to this restaurant that's actually right next to the dyno shop, get some grub in us, and then I will be heading home. And on the way home, I'll try to talk about my initial impressions, my first impressions of the dyno. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool video, a little bit different than what we normally do, but I'm pretty excited, guys. This is M6 Cycles. This is the owner's bike, I believe. I follow these guys on Instagram, and if you don't follow these guys on Instagram, you really should. They put out a lot of cool stuff on their channel. A lot of good information. But yeah, so right here on the state line of Idaho and Washington State, and we are here at M6 Cycles. Pretty excited. Okay guys, I'll check back in once they open up. What up, buddy?
What's up?
How are you, man?
Good.
Yeah, I just got here myself.
Nice.
It's freezing my ass off, dude. I woke up.
Oh, it's so cold. I don't.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. I'll go.
I woke up at 5 o'clock, so I got to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah.
But dude, for 2.5 hours, I'm just on the road like, God,
Yeah.
this thing is sexy.
Thank you.
I haven't seen it yet.
I know. That's why I'm like, I gotta go tell him. A little dirty, but
I'll forgive you. God damn.
And this map came from Fuel Moto?
Yes, sir. right, guys, so Sharkbait's in there, as you can hear, currently getting dyno tuned. I'm standing outside next to Uncle Rob's bike. It's a little bit like dropping your kid off at the dentist, you know, like you're a little worried about her, you know, you're a little concerned for the safety of the motorcycle, but these guys are absolute professionals here at M6 Cycles. I'm super stoked that to be working with them to get Sharkbait here dialed in the way she wants to. I think I was talking to not the owner, but an individual who works here, and he says he believes that fuel mapping is the #1 most overlooked aspect of motorcycle ownership, especially with Harley Davidsons when you start throwing these parts on. Get your bikes dynoed, guys. Ooh, she sounds so good though. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back, baby. So, just got done with the tune. So, dyno numbers. I gained 10 horsepower and 10 foot-pounds of torque. So, my final numbers right now, I am currently at 111 horsepower and 134 foot-pounds of torque. And the guy seemed pretty surprised about the torque for a stock motor. He said Bassani knows what they're doing when it comes to designing exhaust. So he was super excited with the numbers. I'm excited with the numbers. But more importantly, I am excited with what this tune is doing to my motorcycle. It is allowing me, I have a lot more faith now in my motor's health. It's no longer going to be running lean. It's not work as hard to reach the speeds I want. I'm pretty stoked. So I've been bopping around town for a little bit before hitting the highway again, and I can tell you 10 extra foot-pounds of torque you can feel it. There's definitely a difference in the throttle response, and there's definitely a difference in how the bike idles and how it revs up to where it needs to be. It feels a lot more solid. It feels cleaner. Obviously it's a lot more responsive. Super stoked. Huge shout out to the guys at M6 Cycles on state line of Idaho and Washington. Those guys are awesome. The owner's name is Jason. You guys should look him up on Instagram. Give him a follow. See all the cool stuff that these guys are doing over here in Idaho with Harley Davidsons. But yeah, so on the way home, got a couple of things to do. I'm gonna be stopping off for some food because I am absolutely starving. Okay, so now that we're out of the crazy traffic, I feel comfortable enough to talk to you guys about the tuner and the dyno job. So basically, I pull the bike in, the guy gives it a once-over, kind of looks at what type of setup I got, asks what kind of tuner I have. They operate primarily using Dyno Jet's software. So I knew that going in, which is why I chose Dyno Jet, because I knew I wanted these guys to tune it, if not Mickey Cohen out of San Diego or LA. So, you know, those were some of the reasons why I chose Dyno Jet. But anyways, he looks the bike over up and down, and then he asked me a couple of questions. How's the bike running? Do you have any concerns? That type of thing. I said, nope, Sharkbait's running great. Yeah, no issues, no concerns. I just wanted properly fuel map. And he said, that's what we like to hear. And they got the bike up on the dyno, installed his O2 sensors that go directly to his software, and he starts hitting it. And I literally had this feeling when he was giving her all the beans on the dyno of like, ooh, don't hurt my baby type of thing. But the thing that's going to hurt this motorcycle more is it not having a proper fuel map and air to fuel ratio. So it was just one of those things where I've never gotten on my bike that hard before, like watching the RPMs just skyrocket, you know, because there is no rev limiter when they're doing that. They delete the rev limiter. So he was going to the moon and he was doing slow rolls, and then he would just nail on it for a little bit, and that goes back and forth. And something that I didn't realize about dynos and the Dyno Tuned process, which I should have thought about, but a lot of the time it takes to dyno a motorcycle is in the form of letting the bike cool back down before they run it again. So they must have done, I think, 3 or 4 sessions of revving it to the moon, going through the gears, doing some slow rolls, and then letting it idle, and then they barely crack the throttle open in each gear. So they're doing their due diligence to make sure that no matter what the bike is doing, it's happy with its air and fuel mixture. But then they would have to shut her down and step away from it for a minute and just letting the bike cool off, you know. And they had these big fans right there blowing across the fins of the engine of the motor, which, you know, simulating actual riding conditions, because these are air and oil, but mostly air-cooled bikes. So pretty cool to see the whole process. I'd never actually seen you know, the whole thing happen, if you will. I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen highlight reels. You know, I do have the internet, but I've never seen it from start to finish. And originally I was gonna get some footage. What I told Rob I was gonna do, I was gonna get some footage of them running my bike on the Dyno Tuned, and then I was gonna bail for a little bit and go get some food and come back. But I was pretty fascinated through the whole process, enough to where I didn't really want to leave. I mean, Sharkbait's my baby, you know, and I care about the bike and I wanted to be there. It's kind of like your kid getting a tooth pulled, you know, or getting a immunization. You want to be there for them. You don't want to just bail on them. So it's kind of like the feeling. But yeah, super stoked with how Sharkbait's running now. I would have to say the biggest difference of before dyno and after dyno is the idle and throttle response and low end torque. So I have all the low end torque right now. It's pretty impressive. I was pretty stoked about it. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I don't have the social skills necessary to film myself eat in public. I'm pretty sure Zips is a chain. Pretty sure it's nothing too crazy that no one has seen before. But now that I am fed, my tum-tum is happy. Back on the road. I'm loving every minute of it, guys. Loving every minute of it.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Now we're on our way home. The wind has picked up. The sun is behind all the clouds. All right, guys, welcome back. Not welcome back. You guys have been watching this video. But here we are the next day. Sharkbait's still doing great. I just wanted to film an outro to the video. I tried filming one on the bike, leaving Spokane, and on the way home, but the wind was just too much. None of the audio was picking up. So I wanted to film something in a nice, controlled environment where you guys could actually hear me. But what I wanted to say was thank you so much for tuning in to watch my dyno video of Sharkbait here. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything that you want to bring up about this, or really anything motorcycle related, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. Make sure you guys do all the YouTube stuff, you know, the liking, the comment, and the subscribing. Share my video to those of you that you might feel could benefit from the information that are in these videos. Might not be too much information, but at least it's a little fun to watch. But I just wanted to say thank you again for tuning in every week to watch my videos. Real quick, for all my subscribers and for those of you who might subscribe or are just watching my videos on a weekly basis, I used to release all my videos on Mondays, but now I'm switching days to Sunday. So as you guys noticed with last week's video. So Sundays are the new day of the week that I'm going to be releasing my videos. So stay tuned. Be on the lookout for more videos from Blacktop Diaries. Got a lot more content coming to you guys. So again, I appreciate you tuning in every week to watch my videos. Keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down, guys. See you when I see you.